Seorang lagi belum register. You ada 14. You ada 14. I tengok registration ni baru ada 13.
Saya belum, madam. Registration,
Saya? Ya. Saya Muhammad
registration.
Azhar.
Ya.
So you seorang je lah belum ya? Yang lain semua ada Okay. Tapi kita baru ada 11 orang. So maknanya ada lagi 3 orang belum masuk. 3 orang belum masuk Okay, tak apalah. So tak apalah, kita tunggu kejap kawan ni yang lagi 3 orang tu. So welcome to ITM Jasin. You all daripada diploma mana
KT Kuala Terengganu.
Arau Terengganu.
Tapah.
Tapah pun ada. Okay. Lupa pula I nak kenalkan diri. I Madam Ani Sobirin. Okay. So I akan ajar you all lah ITT501. Sekejap lagi kita tengok lah. Hari ni I rasa for the first class ni, you all start class hari apa tu? Hari Rabu ya? Ke belum start langsung lagi? Hari Rabu dah start class ya? Tak apalah, our first class ni I nak explain dulu on the course and then assessment apa semua. So kita start hari apa kelas kita next? Next class lah kita start lecture. Okay?
Salam madam, ada kawan saya madam terdecline.
I terdecline? Siapa? So dia masuk balik? Asal macam I admit je semua tadi. I terdecline dia. You all belum ada UiTM punya email lagi ya?
Ada
tak?
Tengah pakai.
Supposedly siapa-siapa yang tu, you all boleh terus masuk je ni. Nanti next time masuk Gmeet ni guna email you all login masuk email Gmail you all. Inilah UiTM you all. So terus masuk je, terus admit je. Kalau you all guna email lain yang dia nak suruh I admit tu. So ada 14, 13. Seorang lagi dah tak ada ni. Seorang lagi tak ada. Okay, so kita tengok dulu this course. Okay. So basically, I share dulu my screen. Can you guys see my Word document ni? Boleh nampak?
Nampak.
Okay. So, Net Scientific Fundamentals ITT501 is the basic lah. Okay. Ataupun the first courses yang you should learn so that you know what is Net Scientific Fundamentals. So, based on the programming standard, okay, I beritahu dululah net-centric computing ni apa. Okay, so based on the computing standard, net-centric computing ni adalah cabang ilmu yang menggabungkan 3 area. Yang pertama adalah network itself lah, okay. Fundamentals of network, okay. Yang kedua adalah security, okay, security over the network, okay. And then yang ketiga adalah development of the application. So ketiga-tiga cabang ilmu ni yang kita combine jadikan net-centric area. Okay, so by right you should explore the network itself, the programming and also the security. Tapi untuk net-centric computing di UiTM ni, kita fokus on the 3 upper layer of OSI model tu. Okay, kalau you remember kita ada TCP, using the application layer tools, okay, and then you akan bila you buat application development tu, you akan ada application, and then you must know lah which protocol yang you akan pakai, and then how your data akan dihantar daripada source ke destination. So itu sahaja bahagian kita. Basically macam semua. Okay. So tapi kita fokus on on how one application talk to another application. So nak talk to, of course lah, kita kena ada the application yang nak hantar the data. And then bila nak hantar the data tu, of course kita kena tahu macam mana nak secure data yang kita hantar daripada one device to another device. Okay. And then nak hantar data tu juga kita mesti tahulah macam mana what kind of protocol yang kita nak guna untuk hantar from one device to another device, or one application to another application. So that is net-centric computing. Okay. So mostly kita boleh sebutlah yang net-centric computing ni revolve around distributed system, because kita nak make sure that one application can send data to another application in a secure environment. Okay, so that is net-centric computing. Just to clear the air lah. Kalau you all tanya-tanya what is net-centric computing. So dalam this course, okay, since you kena tahu how to transfer data from one application to another application securely, so kita akan tengok a bit of everything dalam course net-centric fundamentals ni. Okay, so network tu macam mana, nak buat application tu macam mana, apa yang perlu tahu, nak securekan the transaction tu macam mana, nak kalau you buat application yang involve multimedia, so macam mana you nak hantar, macam mana you nak tahu, nak compress ke, nak encode ke. Okay, so kita akan tengoklah sedikit fundamental of everything dalam this course. Tapi setiap cabang ataupun setiap subtopik dalam kursus net-centric fundamentals ni, you akan belajar in details dalam subjek yang lain. Contoh, macam kita ada satu subtopik overview of network communication. Okay, so you akan further explore this network communication dalam kursus ITT501, which you ambil semester ni kan? Betul? So you akan go further or go more into details dalam kursus tu. Macam web organization and network application ni, you akan tengoklah dalam kursus back end dengan front end nanti. Okay, lagi detail. And then kita ada network security, nanti you akan tengok details in ITT501 kalau tak salah I. And then kita ada network system and network management, so nanti you akan belajar more details dalam part 6 nanti dalam kursus network and system administration. Okay, distributed media, you mungkin dah belajar the basic dalam CSC 5, 253 I rasa masa diploma dulu. Okay, tapi we are not going to focus lah dalam net-centric computing ni. Okay, sebab yang ni basically kita just tahu the basic thing how to transfer multimedia data across network. And then mobile computing nanti later you akan tengok lagi dalam kursus wireless computing kalau tak salah I, so in more details. Okay, so yang ni untuk kursus ni kita akan touch ataupun kita akan tengok je apa yang you perlu tahu, basic things yang you perlu tahu, so that nanti bila you masuk kursus yang sebenar you akan ada basic asas lah, you akan ada asas. Okay, so that is net-centric computing and also the reason for this subject or this course. Okay. So, course learning outcome. So, CLO ni adalah course learning outcome for this particular kursus. The first one is explain concept and technologies of network-centric computing. Okay. So, by the end of this kursus, you should be able to explain the concept and technologies of network-centric computing. So, all the subtopics ni lah. Okay. And then course learning outcome number 2, you must be able to demonstrate social responsibilities in proposing network-centric solution. So, bila you dah tahu asas here and there about net-centric computing, so you should be able lah untuk propose network-centric solution to any social problem. Okay, so kalau ada community punya problem during the pandemic ni ke, kalau tak ke, ataupun in transportation ke, public transportation ada problem yang should be solved ke, so you are able to propose a basic network centric solution. Okay, so by the end of this course nanti you akan ada satu assessment untuk propose a solution to a society's problem. So, course learning outcome number 3, integrate values, attitudes and professionalism in writing network-centric solutions report. So, yang ni adalah by the end of this course, you should be able untuk write a report yang explain on the solution ataupun topics yang ada dalam net-centric computing professionally. Okay, so macam mana you nak buat professional report tu nanti kita akan tengok. Okay, so by the end of this course, you should be able to do these 3 learning outcome. Okay. So, kita ada 14 weeks. Kita ada 14 weeks this semester. And then this 14 weeks has been divided into 4 block. Kalau you tengok nanti I akan bagi dekat you scheme of work ni. Okay, so kita ada first block, block 1, kita ada block 2, kita ada block 3, kita ada block 4. So, keempat-empat block ni kita pecahkan untuk samakan dengan your assessment ataupun assignment you. So, untuk kursus Net-Centric Fundamentals ni, you akan ada 4 assessment. Okay, termasuklah you punya final exam. Okay. So, kita tengok block by block lah. Okay. So, block pertama, okay, daripada week 1 sampailah week 6. From 11 of October until 19 of November. Okay, 19 November. So, ini adalah blok pertama. So, blok pertama ni kita akan cover subtopik ataupun topics introduction. So, kita akan sentuh a bit on everything lah yang kita akan belajar, just the intro. And then topic number 2, overview of network communication. So kita akan tengok on the OSI layer. And then on details on each of the layer, physical and data link layer. And then the application layer. And then the network layer. And last one is the transport layer. So basically layer yang 4 ke bawah. Okay, so yang ni since this one is not our focus is the 3 upper layer. So kita akan sentuh sedikit sajalah, tapi you akan go more details in ITT501. And then chapter number 3, overview of web organization. So everything on the web technologies. So the client server, the protocols, how to create your applications, how to publish your applications, kita akan tengok dalam web organization. And then chapter 4, the last chapter in the block 1, okay, is overview of network applications. So remember, our focus is on how to allow communication from one application to another application. So kita akan tengoklah the application layer and the protocols, okay, the interface, the web search technology, the remote procedure calls, the web services, the middleware, the enterprise web-based application. So enterprise mostly will be connected to each other. So how this application connected to each other. So macam mana kita nak buat connection tu, kita akan tengok dekat overview of network application. So that is the end of topics for block 1. Okay, so by the end of this block 1, you akan ada your first assessment online test, which cover from chapter number 1 until 4. Okay, so you akan ada your test. Test you akan ada satu saja. Okay, so cover chapter 1 until chapter 4. That is in block 1. Okay, so we go for block number 2. So for block number 2 is from week 7 until week 10. Okay, daripada 29 of November until 24th of December. So ini adalah block kedua. So this block kedua will cover chapter 5, chapter 6 and chapter 7. So chapter 5 ni on network security. So how are you going to secure your transmission or data transaction from one application to another application. And then our focus is on the 3 upper layer lah. Okay. And then chapter 6 is on the system and network management. So you must also know how to manage your system and manage your network. Okay. And then the quality of services that you should provide ataupun you should manage. Okay. And then chapter 7 is on overview of distributed multimedia. So since application nowadays are manipulating multimedia elements, and then it is a must to have a multimedia element nowadays. So kita akan tengoklah how you want to cater transaction involving multimedia elements. Okay, kalau besar macam mana you nak compresskan, macam mana you nak make sure that the user can have a good experience surfing or using your application. So that is the end of block 2, and in block 2 you akan ada report presentation, assessment 2 report presentation. Okay, so this report presentation nanti kita akan tengoklah more details in the assessment ni. Tapi sekarang ni I go briefly saja, okay. So report ni you akan buat in group, okay. Tapi this report will cover from chapter 2 actually, okay. So from the network communication, web organization, network application, network security, system and network management and distributed multimedia. So I akan pecahkan your group, okay, you into groups, and each of the group akan buat one of the topic kat sini, okay. You kena explain lah the issues of each of the topic ni, okay, in current trend lah, okay. So you akan present all your findings in block 2. Okay. Okay, in block 2. So in block 3, okay, kita ada overview the last chapter, kita ada overview of mobile computing. So and then kita ada week 9 ni network centric application. So this one is the discussion. I akan pick one network centric application to discuss on in terms of the infrastructure, in terms of the network, in terms of the application or the protocol use. Kita akan discuss lah, okay. And then that one is from week 11 until week 14. So week 13 and 14, there is no lecture, but you will prepare your group project. Okay, so in block 3 ni, your assessment is group project. So this group project requires you to propose a solution to a society's problem. Okay, tak kisahlah global ke, local ke, or any kinds of domains ke, transportation ke, education ke, mental health ke, security ke, you nak buat on apa-apa, janji dia adalah society's punya problem. Okay, so by the end of block 3, which is in week 14, you kena submit the group project. Okay, so last one is block number 4. This one is your final examination lah. So kita akan buat week 15 onwards lah. Okay, during you punya final exam punya weeks tu. So that is block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4. So kalau kita tengok assessment ni, you ada 4 assessment, okay, your test, your group project, your written report, your final examination. So your final examination consists of 50% of overall, okay, so your continuous tu ada 50 jugalah. So you ada discourse 50-50. So this is the recommended text. Nanti I akan bagi dekat you. I ada the online punya version. Nanti I akan share dalam group together with this scheme of work. Okay, so that is all on the scheme of work or the activities that we are going to have throughout these 14 weeks. So do you have any questions?
For now, tak ada, madam.
Tak ada Okay, clear semua Okay, so I nak go details on the assessment lah. Okay, so remember tadi kita ada 4 blocks. Kita ada 4 assessments. Okay, so this is the description of each of the assessment. So yang written test tu, okay, it is for CLO, course learning outcome number 1, to be able to explain and the concept and technologies of network-centric computing. So yang ni bukan test 1 lah, you memang ada satu test saja. Yang ni adalah 20% of your overall 50% of continuous assessment. So you ada, this one is cover chapter 1 until chapter 4, 40 marks. Okay, duration sometimes kita buat 60 minutes or 90 minutes. Okay, sejam ataupun sejam setengah depending on the question. So that is assessment 1. Assessment 2 tadi I sebut kita ada group project. Okay, dia 20% of the overall 50% continuous assessment. So yang ni adalah untuk fulfill the course learning outcome number 2. So you must be able to demonstrate social responsibilities in proposing network-centric solutions. So yang ni you have to prepare a professional report to elaborate an effective solution to the community or society problem. So you kena carilah one society or community problem. Okay, and then show your ability to solve the problem. Okay, to fulfill your social responsibility. Okay, so dalam report tu consist this item saja. And then this report tak adalah very details yang you perlu buat since kursus ni pun adalah basic saja. So generally explain lah untuk each of the teknologi yang you nak pakai ni. Okay. And then assessment 3. Okay, so written report. Yang ni adalah to fulfill CLO number 3, integrate values, attitudes and professionalism in writing network-centric solution report. So ini you discuss in a group and present any issues related on the selected topics in the syllabus. So nanti you boleh pilih lah group mana nak buat on network ke, group mana nak buat on the security ke, group mana nak buat on the application ke. So you boleh undilah nanti. Okay. So dalam ni you akan discuss and present any issues dalam area yang you pilih in the current trend. Okay. So ni you kena write a report lah. Okay, a professional report. And then the last one is final examination, 50% of the overall total 100% of your marks. So this one is to fulfill CLO 1, 2, so you'll be able to explain concept and technologies of network-centric computing. So yang ni since kita masih lagi ODL, so dia adalah online exam. Covers chapter, sorry ni bukan chapter 1 until 4, chapter 2 until chapter 8. Okay. It is 60 marks question paper and it is 120 minutes, okay, for you to answer your questions. Okay. So that is all. Okay, untuk block 1, block 2, block 3 and block 4. Ada soalan? Tak ada kan? Semua clear kan? So rubrik untuk group project and written report pun I akan masukkan sekali nanti. Cuma I ada nak betulkan lagi since dah kena pecahkan kepada blok-blok ni semester ni. This blok-blok ni baru semester ni UiTM minta implementkan. So adalah a bit perubahan dalam rubrik yang I kena buat. Okay. That is all. Okay, yang I nak explain. So you akan bear in mind lah, you ada 4 assessment yang you perlu buat and then you have to form a group lah.
Group tu boleh pilih ke madam?
Yeah, you boleh pilih. So you ada 14.
Yay.
You ada 14 kan? So satu group I rasa mungkin kena berapa? I nak 4 member per group. Kalau 4 member per group, you ada 3 group je sikit sangat kan? You nak buat pair ke you nak buat 3 orang?
3 orang.
3 orang.
3 orang. So 3 orang 12, satu group akan ada 2 orang. Okay? So you form lah satu group, 3 group, 4 group, 3 orang, satu group akan ada 2 orang. Okay?
Okay.
Group tu beritahu dalam Telegram madam.
Boleh juga sebab nanti boleh jugalah. Nanti I akan create Google Classroom untuk kelas you all ni. So dekat situ pun you all boleh upload nanti. Tak apalah, upload dekat Google Classroom lah. Senang I nak monitor group you nanti.
Okay madam. Roger that.
Roger yang lain ada soalan?
Setakat ni tak ada madam.
Tak ada. So kalau tak ada, itu sahajalah untuk for today. Kita akan start lecture next class lah. Okay?
Okay, madam.
Okay, thank you. Lupa nak cakap attendance to your future
Oh, okay madam. Madam nak tanya lagi. Sorry tadi saya terlambat. Subjek ni banyak teori ke atau banyak coding madam?
Tak ada. Subjek ni tak ada coding langsung. Semua teori. Yes. Semua teori untuk you faham net-centric computing tu apa and you nak prepare yourself bila you nak masuk subjek lain yang akan you belajar.
Madam.
3, 4, 5 lah.
Okay madam.
Yeah.
You future down.
You future down itulah I pun tadi nak masuk tak boleh juga. You try lah. Kalau tak ada, I dah screenshot kita punya Gmeet ni. So nanti kalau you tak masuk nanti I check kat sini lah.
Okay, baik
Tapi
madam.
you try lah sampai pukul 10.
Alright.
Alright, madam. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay madam.
Thank you class. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Sudahi kelas kita dengan bacaan Ummul Kitab Al-Fatihah.
Al-Fatihah.